Hi everyone, it's Miss Kate.
And Miss Hazel on the camera today.
Hi. Hey, we want to introduce you to something super fun. It's something called bleeding tissue paper.
Bleeding?
Bleeding, yes, because it bleeds the color. Not bleeds
Ooh.
like blood, but
Okay.
it bleeds out the color when you get it wet.
How fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. It gets you kind of messy if you're not careful. So our plan today is we're going to cover this with the bleeding tissue paper, let it dry, and then we're going to add something to it. So I'm going to show you the process.
I'm excited to see what this is going to look like.
Oh, good.
All
Well,
right,
I'm going to show you
coming
in a
up
moment.
close.
Okay, so we start out by getting our page wet. I like to use a big brush. It could be a brush, or I'm using this foam brush here. Get it
It's
wet.
invisible paint, Miss Kate.
It is invisible
Oh, I
paint, but
can
watch
see
what
it.
happens.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
now I'm going to take a piece of bleeding tissue paper. I'm going to put it right over, and then I'm going to put more water on top. So you can already see how the color is coming off over there. Oops, it's on my
Maybe it
brush.
should just be called magic tissue paper.
It could, except the people who make it call it bleeding. So we're going to
Okay.
use that term. But that,
Okay.
yeah, it is kind of magical.
All right.
And you
I
want to
can
get it
see.
super wet so that the color will stay on, and you have to be patient and let the whole thing dry. Because that's the other tricky part, is you want to see what it's going to look like underneath.
These are very nice colors you're using, Miss
I know,
Kate.
we've got some good tissue paper in this pack. That was good, huh? It's a big pack that we buy to
Oh, that looks
do-
really
yeah.
cool.
So I'm going to cheat just a little bit and show you what this looks like underneath.
Like magic.
Yes, but we have to let this dry. So
So
you can
what
already
happens
see.
When it dries, the tissue just dries on top of it, right? And it flakes right off.
Yes, then you just go put it in your recycle bin, because then you're done with it. It's taken all the color out, so there's not really much left of it to look so
All right.
beautiful like this. Okay, so I'm going to stop here.
All right.
Normally I would fill up the whole page, but oh, look how I left some of
it's
it.
messy.
It's always good to cover your table with something so that it doesn't get destroyed. Now, fast forward and look what it looks like.
Magic.
So this is, now I let all the tissue paper dry, and I lift it up, and you can see, there's some spots where the color didn't go through that well, but it's so beautiful, don't you think?
Yeah, you also can see like the green one. You can see the whole square of that green one.
Yes, and it layers
love that.
over, so the colors kind of blend in together, which is super fun.
Miss Kate, did you do it twice? Did you do it and the color didn't come out so much the first time? And then we did it again? So if your first lift of your tissue paper is...
It's not working yet. You could just go put some more tissue paper on it. It's true. And the reason it didn't work the first time was that I didn't get the page wet. I was rushing through it. And so always get your blank paper wet, put the tissue on, and then put more water over the whole thing. That's what you have to do.
Hint.
It is a really good helpful hint. Now we're going to take something that we call painted paper. This was a math paper that we used as scratch paper. Someone drew on it. And then at the end of the day, when we have a lot of extra paint, because we quite often do, we don't want it to go to waste. So we paint paper, and then we use it for things like this today. So
Give it
I'm going to
another life.
create some birds on it. So what I'm going to do is turn my page over, and I'm just going to do sort of these half circles or half ovals, and then watch what happens. Then I'll cut them out, and then you'll see how they become birds when I'm done here. So I'm not really drawing exactly on the lines, I'm just drawing approximately on the lines, kind of following that shape. Now this will be the body of my bird. I'm going to show you, I've actually already cut out a bunch of them. So it's going to make a little family of birds. I'll show you on this side so you can see them. So we used a Sharpie, a permanent marker, and I drew the eyes there. I also cut out some yellow construction paper in triangles to make beaks, which I'll also glue down on my paper, but I'm just going to show you on the blank page.
Oh, they're so funny.
Here's one, he's talking at his mom or something. And then here's the mama walking along.
Oh, I like that. That's super cute.
And then I've actually already planned this ahead of time, so I already did the legs, but what I'm going to do is take my glue stick and glue the back of my first bird and put it down. And then I took my Sharpie and I drew some legs for the birds.
So cute.
There's so many birds out right now because everyone just had babies. Right outside our office is this cute little duck family. They seem to have their babies kind of late because theirs are super tiny, don't you think, Miss Hazel?
Yeah, they were super tiny.
They're very cute, though.
Okay.
They've been hanging out in the pond.
Tricky.
It's the way you just have to, like, make sure it's down. This paper that I use, this painted paper, was watercolor paper, so it's a little bit thicker. So you have to
Super
really
pretty.
make sure that you get that on there. And then I'm just going to quickly get these on, and I'll show you the end, and you'll see what painted paper can look like. Oh, I almost forgot something that's super fun, if I can find them quickly. In your packs, if you're doing this for camp in a box, we put feathers in there, so you could add some feathers to the backs of your birds. But I didn't pull any out for this. And now I have to remember what I did with them when I was done. I think that our other helpful assistant is going to help us. Oh, never mind, I just spotted them. They're right over by me where I was working today.
Found
Isn't that funny?
them. Oh, so
Okay,
good.
so watch this. I'm going to magically,
Oh, we have lots of supplies here.
we have
Miss
so many
Kate.
supplies. I know, we're a little bit messy.
All right.
So this is a box. Miss Hazel and I have said that we can never buy feathers again because this is only a small portion of them. But we have a lot of feathers. So I might want to add, like, make my birds now a little bit fancy. They actually look super cute like this,
Oh,
don't you
that's
think?
so nice.
They're
yeah.
really,
it's
that's
very
really
happy.
fine. But now, could you imagine if you added a feather to the
Oh yeah,
back of
that's
your,
super cute.
yeah, so.
Come in and see that up close.
Yeah, so I may use tacky glue on that, or I may try and use the glue stick and see if that sticks. I'm not really sure because I haven't done this part of it. Oh yeah, that
Oh,
sticks.
that's so funny.
Isn't that funny? He's got a very fancy
nice
tail.
work, Miss Kate.
Okay, so bleeding tissue paper, and then you turn into this other sort of, you know, a scene of a mama and her birds walking along.
Mixed media.
Guess what else we saw? In our neighborhood, Miss Hazel's my neighbor, in our neighborhood, there's a turkey family.
Like 10 teenage babies.
Oh my gosh, they are
so
so
cute.
funny.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
walk around, they eat all of our plants, but they're super cute. They're eating the vine off our neighbor's fence this morning. They're funny. Okay, anyway, have a great time. We'll see you later. Remember, if you like our video, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Alameda Arts, or follow us on Instagram at Alameda Arts Fun. Thanks.
Bye now. Bye, friends.